It's April 1st and you're watching Michael's vlog. And you're watching the 40-day fast series where I'm not going to eat any pork, beef, or chicken for the entirety of the Lenten season. This intro has gotten a bit boring, but we're still going very strong with our fasting. At this point, I just began to wonder how uh, pork, beef, or chicken will taste once I get to taste it again, since my taste buds haven't encountered pork, beef, or chicken for what's almost 20-ish days now. So, good and bad for today. Because I don't want to get into what I ate because it's very repetitive. Bad thing for today, the day wasn't planned out very well. It's not weekend, so it's not an excuse anymore, I guess. Um, let's get back to that. I'll relate it to the story at hand. Good thing for today, I appreciated that I took the discipline to exercise. So, uh, on previous, let's say a month ago or 2 months ago, I was on a streak of about exercising every day for about 3 weeks. Then I missed one day because we had came back from a event at around 1 or 2 a.m. and I hadn't I didn't do the exercise that day because I was very tired, and that resulted into a string of excuses for the days to come, and eventually I slipped out of that practice again. But now we've gotten back into it, so I hope that that is something that we can retain, especially since we can retain doing something like vlogging every day. So shouldn't be that far off to have some exercise every day. Uh, to clarify, I don't mean exercise to your limit every day because it's not recommended that you do that. You can get into that deeper on another video, but it's just an update for today. Bad thing that happened today, there was no plan, but let me talk about how that's not entirely my fault, but I still could have done something to prevent that from happening, or did something better to improve my situation. Um, I hadn't planned to leave the house today in the morning because I wanted to rest a bit in the morning, have some. I only had a few things to do today, in comparison to other days, so I would say it would have fit into the afternoon. Here's the problem: I was requested to uh, bring someone somewhere. Let's just put it something like that. But the someone I had to bring to somewhere uh, needed to finish something. Okay, so and then in finishing that thing, he needed to. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing, but he needed to finish that thing in order for me to bring him and that thing that he was making to the place where he has to be. And I was ready to leave at, I don't know, even 11 a.m. But but I was told, so I was getting ready to go and do the errands that I wanted to do around 1 o'clock. But then that's when I got the request in from my family that we need to bring this guy to this place. So I waited for him to do the thing that he needed to do, and 1 o'clock became 2 o'clock, and 2 o'clock became 3 o'clock, and it just kept continuing until it reached 5 o'clock, in which I'm not gonna be able to do any of the things that I set out to do anymore because there's not enough time. And it turns out that that thing that he needed to what we needed to bring him to that place for, it wasn't actually urgent, didn't need to be done today, and he didn't even have a plan to finish, or it wasn't expected that he could finish that project today either. So the whole the whole afternoon was kind of a waste of time. because it we didn't had I known that it wouldn't have finished that at that time, we could have easily done the errands that I needed to do for like just between 2 to 3, and then return to see if he's already ready on his way back. I was just under the assumption that maybe what he needed to do would only take like 2 or 3 hours, and then we could go around 4 o'clock, and then um, everything would be, I don't know, would be accomplished and efficient. You don't want to keep constantly going back and forth from your house to each of your separate errands. You string them together to save time and gas. And money. It's efficient. But what that resulted, or in the pursuit of that efficiency, uh, a lot of time was wasted instead. But why is that? How could we have improved in that situation? Simple. We could have just clarified earlier if it was really a necessity for that thing to be brought to that place today or in that time frame, which I didn't bother doing, and that's literally on me. But so it has a lot to do with the assumptions that you create when you're given instructions. So it's always best to clarify things. But to connect this on a deeper level, I think whenever you do want to do things in your life, uh, always clarify before you get started. Or maybe a better way to put it would be, don't wait on other people. Um, Life is a journey that you do need help from other people with, but you shouldn't live your life waiting on other people to help you, I guess. So, yeah, that's it for this evening. I hope that that's a good message. I think it is a good message. Be the pilot of your own life, and don't wait for other people, because sometimes waiting for people for too long, they're just a burden. I don't mean that you shouldn't help people. It's just that, understand that helping people doesn't exactly yield the result that you might think it might. And you should also help people from the right reasons. And I guess the most important would be, uh, I guess it's better to help people if you're in a better off place, or your help is more effective that way. Again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't help people if you're in a worse place than they are. It's just that sometimes it's necessary for you to get ahead so that you can help people better. So that's it for tonight. It was a kind of tiring day. You always kind of feel tired in the day if you had a lot of potential in that day and you didn't live up to it. I guess that could be the reason why people are kind of tired every day sometimes. So I guess it's everyone's decision to be productive or not. If you are productive, how are you productive? If you're not, why are you not? So God bless everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.